What's going on, everyone? Welcome into the Cleveland Browns Report by Chat Sports. Matthew Peterson here. After the Browns win against the Ravens 13-3, we're going to run into some news and rumors from this game. But honestly, how about that World Cup final? That did wonders for soccer in this country. And I'm not a grass fairy or anything like that. But I only cared because I made a whole bunch of futures and I didn't remember what I picked. Then I looked at my BetUS account. Cha-ching, baby. Argentina, team of destiny. But Browns knocking off the Ravens 13-3. And we're going to run into some news and rumors stemming from this game here because I've seen the streets of Twitter have some interesting takes about this game. So we're going to talk about it, starting with Joe Woods. Is Joe Woods potentially safe, right? Could Joe Woods maybe keep his job, which I know is kind of a sad thing to say about someone towards the end of a season. But this Browns defense has turned around lately. And here's kind of my stance on Joe Woods. Joe Woods is like that toxic boyfriend, not to go full Colin Cowherd on you guys. And they do so many things wrong. And just when you're down and out and you're on your last straw with them or whatever, he does just enough to reel you back in. So, no, I can't forget about what was an awful start for this defense. And I'm going to give Joe Woods a lot of credit in that this defense had no starting linebackers other than Deion Jones playing, right? A bunch of practice squatters filling in. And this defense played pretty well against Tyler Huntley. Now, having said that, I'll repeat it. This defense played pretty well against Tyler Huntley, right? Tone changes things right there. You played a backup quarterback, and you shouldn't be bragging about limiting them to 3 points. Justin Tucker had 2 misses, 1 block. Awesome job, Jordan Elliott. But the point remains of there's no way you can, cement your flag after beating Tyler Huntley. It's going to need a better offense run by an actual quarterback like if Lamar Jackson was playing to really get me to start turning around my mindset on Joe Woods. Now, the defensive stats for the Browns this year, on the left is weeks 1 through 11. And on the right is the last 4 games. And it has improved. Points allowed, for example, from 26.9, which I believe was worst in the NFL, down to 14.2. Total yards has dipped, passing yards, rushing yards. I know it's a smaller sample size. It's just 4 games. But there's definitely been a turnaround for this defense the last month or so. So I want to know from you guys, though. Do you think Joe Woods can save his job, right? Is there enough juice left in the tank? Is there enough out there for him to make a good resume and a good case and offer for him to remain the defensive coordinator next year? For me, I can't. I can't let a win against Tyler Huntley be the reason I'm cursing myself next October when the Browns defense is getting gashed and I go, why didn't they replace Joe Woods? Oh, that's right. Because they made Tyler Huntley look like a backup quarterback. No, I can't get to that point after just 1 game against Huntley. All right, next rumor news item on today's show. Do we have concerns with Cade York? Yeah. How can you not? Cade York, unfortunately, after a great start to the season, has gone the other direction. Just his overall stats this year, he's 22 for 30, 73.3% field goal percentage. That's not good. But after week 4, from week 5 and onward, look at his stats. He's 63.6. Some bad misses, too. I'm not talking bad misses at inopportune times like the Chargers game, but I'm talking horrible shanks like the Bills game. And then yesterday where it is, what is going on? I know that he is just a rookie and we shouldn't be too harsh on him for his first season playing in Cleveland, which is a notoriously very difficult place to kick. But when you're a kicker, your only job is to make kicks. And if you can't get that done, well, they're going to look for a replacement real quick. So for Cade York, I hope he can figure it out. That's his first time playing in Cleveland in December with the snow coming down. He's a Texas kid who played college ball in Louisiana. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's probably never kicked in that much snow before. And it wasn't even that much snow. It wasn't like the Bills game in the fourth quarter yesterday. But for those reasons, I'm going to extend him a bit of a longer leash. But I'm definitely concerned. I'd be lying if I was standing up here going, no, everything is fine. No reason to panic. No, Cade York has had a variety of misses, every single which way. and it's not good, and hopefully he can figure it out, because I really want to be optimistic and believe in this guy, for he can be the next Phil Dawson, if you will. We are going to get to more news and rumors in just a moment, but I just want to show some love right now to some of the biggest super chatters we had during our Week 15 watch party yesterday against Baltimore. Chris Smith, my man, dropped a $100. That was awesome. Pop some champagne. William Elliott got the party started for sure. Matt Maurer, great to see you in the super chat ring as well. Scolger 8, and then Tim Green. And to everyone else that super chatted, thank you so much. We're going to have a watch party next week as well. So if you've never tuned into one before, make sure you do. Guarantee you're going to have a much better time tuning into that than like Mark Sanchez, who was awkwardly horny during the Bills-Dolphins game yesterday, sliding into DMs after the. Did you see that, Jeremy? It was very weird. After the Bills-Dolphins game, Mark Sanchez is like, they're sliding into the victory formation. They're sliding into DMs. Like, all right, dude, relax. Final segment on today's show. Myles Garrett. Should he be in the running for Defensive Player of the Year? I say absolutely. Myles Garrett has done a fantastic job this season. Against the Ravens, he had his back-to-back multi-sack performance, 1.5 sacks. Shut up Perrion Winfrey for getting the other half sack. But he is really starting to put together an excellent second half of the season. And we're also talking about a guy who, need I remind you, had a car crash. Like, this is pretty amazing when you take it all into account of not only did he flip his Porsche over and walk away relatively healthy, but to go from that and have a 13.5 sack performance, a 13.5 sack season thus far, I mean, that's definitely something where you go, wow. I mean, he is just built different. Now, the sack leaderboard in the NFL looks like this. Myles Garrett is currently number 3 at 13.5, 1 behind Matthew Judon, and 2 behind Nick Bosa. So if you just want to go off sacks, which isn't the way they measure Defensive Player of the Year, there's more that gets into account for it. But if you just wanted to go off that, you're right. Like Nick Bosa would be your Defensive Player of the Year. And he's definitely an excellent candidate for it. I'm not going to take that away from him. But I want to share this with you, okay? We'll take me off screen so you can get a better look at it. But look at this chart right here. At the bottom, that's the double team rate. The top at the left is your pass rush win rate. Look at Myles Garrett. All the way at the top right. I mean, Myles Garrett is having an awesome season when he is double teamed more than anyone, and despite that, he is winning against the double teams. And also take into account who is supporting him on the offensive line. Like, no defensive tackle is drawing attention. Jadeveon Clowney was MIA for about 6 to 8 weeks in the middle of the season. All the other guys we looked at in the sack leaderboard, I mean, Bosa, Parsons, Judon, they've also got guys on the defensive line. It's just Crosby. Well, Crosby, the rest of the Raiders suck. But it's just Garrett, right? There's no one else contributing to the sack effort. I could make the argument the next best pass rusher for Cleveland is Grant Delpit. And when we're talking about safety being the second best pass rusher, that's a problem right there. So I think because Myles Garrett is doing it all on his own, that has to make him the most valuable defensive player, right? He's not getting any sort of help or assistance from anyone else on the D-line. He is getting double teamed up the wazoo. He is beating those double teams, and he is third in sacks right now, and he went through a major car crash this year. Like, to check all those boxes and be third in sacks is pretty incredible if you ask me. So spam 95 in the comment section below if you want Myles Garrett to be Defensive Player of the Year, if you think he is deserving of that award. Appreciate all of you guys for tuning into today's show. Enjoy the rest of your NFL Sunday. Hit me up on Twitter at Matthew Petey if you have not already. Always tweeting about the Brownies, tweeting about the NFL, all that good stuff. Going to sign off. Going to go watch some Red Zone. I'll see you guys later right here at the Cleveland Browns Report.